So next we're going to talk about Celeste Burgess, a young woman who aborted her baby. I think it was at like 29 weeks. She got rid of the fetus, I think, with anti-abortion pills. Burned and buried the fetus, and ultimately um, was found out by police, and she was recently sentenced and convicted. Um, so I wanted to take a look at it because the whole reason why we got started in started taking seriously the video format and talking about news is the fact that they took away rights from a whole group of people. Now, whether or not you agree with the decision for Roe v. Wade, I am of the mindset that we shouldn't choose for people when it comes to autonomy over their bodies. I don't believe that religion should be in politics, and I don't want anything to do with the social contract that says that we have to tell a woman what to do with her body. I don't want any parts of it, if I can be honest with you. So we're gonna look into briefly what happened, um, and we'll discuss it after we check out an article. Shout out to Judy Woodruff. Judy Woodruff. I watch too much news, yo. Democracy Now! I can't remember her name, but shout out to Democracy Now! This lady's been doing work for a real long time. I'm a huge fan. You know, huge fan. Judy Woodruff.
Jessica Burgess, who assisted her in getting the
Oh,
sentenced to 90 days in jail.
Jessica
Police
Burgess.
charged 19-year-old Celeste Burgess and her mother, Jessica Burgess,
Oh,
who
there we go. I
assisted her
did
in
get it
getting
right.
the pills and disposing of the fetus after Facebook handed over their private messages. Celeste was just 17 when her mother ordered the pills online. The events took place before the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade in June 2022. At the time, abortion in Nebraska was banned after 20 weeks. Earlier this year, Governor Jim Pillen signed a 12-week ban into law. Meanwhile, a court in Austin heard testimony this week from women who are suing over Texas's abortion ban, which puts their lives in danger when they were unable to end their pregnancies, even when they were non-viable. In a dramatic moment, plaintiff Samantha Cassiano vomited on the stand as she recounted her traumatic experience. She was forced to carry out her pregnancy even after receiving a diagnosis of anencephaly, a severe congenital disorder that results in a baby being born without portions of its brain and skull. Another plaintiff, Elizabeth Weller, spoke at a news conference Wednesday.
I was sent home to wait for my baby to die or for my infection to start showing physical symptoms, even though they were already there. But I wasn't sick enough to get the care that I needed. There is no statement of pro-life in this state when you send me home to wait for my baby to die inside of me and for me to wait for myself to get to a point where I have to gamble my uterus and gamble my life and gamble any future possibility of becoming pregnant. That's not pro-life. In a sense, it's almost pro-torture.
The press conference was held by the Center for Reproductive Rights, which brought the lawsuit on behalf of 13 patients and 2 doctors. In related news, new data shows Texas's abortion bans likely leading to a surge in infant mortality as women are forced to carry non-viable pregnancies to term. Infant deaths increased by over 11% last year over the previous year. Meanwhile, infant deaths with severe genetic and birth defects rose by over 21% after years of decline. Florida's Board of Education.
So, link to the article down here in the description. KXAN.com reports Texas sees spike in infant mortality after enacting strict abortion restrictions, DSHS data says. Since Texas enacted its abortion restrictions, it has seen a spike in infant mortality, according to preliminary data from the Texas Department of State of Health Services. According to the DSHS data, 2,200 infants died in Texas last year. That's 227 more than the year before, or an 11% increase. At the same time, infant deaths caused by severe genetic birth defects rose by 21%, DSHS says. This comes after nearly a decade-long decline in 2014 to 2021. According to data, deaths had fallen by 15%. Guys, I mean, so pretty much confirming what democracy now is talking about. And I don't want to be a part of any part of this woman's suffering, and I don't think that we should sit idly by and not vote in their interests. And this is why it becomes a real dilemma for people in the African American community, because we don't want to just enable the Democratic Party to continuously do the crap that they're doing. But if we do not get a serious option to get Joe Biden out of the way, and we don't have a more viable option, Cornel West, or I'd argue even Marianne Williamson. You saw my video on RFK, that dude's a grifter. I mean, it just gets worse and worse over time. I mean, he said something like they use COVID to target Jews and black people. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make is we need a plan, because this is getting out of control, and the things that are going on with Roe v. Wade, since it's been overturned, it's becoming a serious problem. So please like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think in the description. We appreciate every single person that's been watching videos lately, that's been subscribing lately. I'm in here sweating, like literally, so I appreciate you. But help us get to 50 subscribers. We are getting closer to 30. So if you like something that we do, we'll be setting up a Patreon soon and putting that out so you guys can actually support and we can make more content and spend more time making more content. Thank you. We love you. Center Podcast. It's your boy.